All right, so this is one of the cards from my Wanted to Say class. So here are the Wanted to Say dies. There are quite a few in here. How many are there? There are 14. And so each phrase, like this says, feel better soon, each phrase has a matching layer so that when you die cut them both together, you'll have the skinny detailed piece layered onto the little bit fatter piece, which just makes it look really cool. So there's 4 sentiments. There's feel better soon, happy birthday, celebrate, and you're too kind. I knew it was something. Then there's also some other little fun pieces. There's a little flower and a stem. There's a little heart trio. There's a little cluster of stars, a bow, and then a package or present. So they're really fun. And that's why I decided to use them, because I thought they were just super fun. And the fact that, you know, your sentiments are already built into the dies, you don't necessarily have to have any other stamp sets to make these work. So we are also using our In Color products on the card. So we're going to be using our In Color Designer Series paper. And I am using the Pebbled Path piece. We're using the heart side. And then we're also using the luster paper. Now, both of these items are included in your kit if you purchase it, along with a couple yards of each of the ribbons, In Color ribbons, and the In Color gems, In Color dots, excuse me. And then those little gift bags. There's a lot of stuff in there. So our card today, we are going to focus on the Designer Series paper, the luster paper, the ribbon, and the gems. And I have a bunch of things already cut and ready to go. So let me get those. We have an envelope. And then, of course, we have the same paper. I cut this to 2.5 by 6, so that's going to go on our envelope flap. We have a card base of Pebbled Path that is 8.5 by 5.5. I have folded it in half already. And then we're just going to fold it back onto itself to make a Z fold card. This is like one of the simplest fun fold cards there are. We also have a layer of Moody Mauve, and this measures, I think it's 3.5 by 4.5. Yes, 3.5 by 4.5. We've got a white for the inside that's 4 by 5.25. I've got a little piece of that same paper. It's a 1/2-inch strip that we're going to add to the side of that. We've got a layer of white. I think this is 3.25, 4.25. Yes, 3.25 by 4.25. I have taken a 3 by 3 piece of the Designer Series paper and I cut it in half on the diagonal. So we have that. I also have a 3.25-inch square piece of Old Olive, and we're going to cut that on the diagonal too. So this is what I typically do when I want to cut something on the diagonal. I get my trimmer. I put the points in the track. So I just kind of wiggle it around until both of my points are in the track. And then I hold on to the paper. And then I put the blade in the middle and I cut up and I cut down. All right, so then we have 2 triangles out of Old Olive. And they just happen to be the triangles that we're going to glue, our triangle Designer Series paper pieces to. So, and the sizing should be just about perfect to get these on here with a nice border around them of approximately 1/8 of an inch. Okay. And then these 2 pieces are going to go on to our layer of white. So I'm going to add one up here in the corner. Whoops, that one might need to go on the bottom and this one might need to go on the top. Yeah. I tried to pick paper that didn't really have much of an orientation to it. That way I didn't have to worry about, like, there's no words. So I don't have to worry about words being upside down or a pattern being upside down. So it's easier if you don't choose patterns that are upside down. right, then we're going to add our piece to this piece of Moody Mauve. So we'll add some glue to the back of this and add it to the Moody Mauve. And so then this we're going to attach to the front panel like so. But we do want to add a little bit of ribbon first. So I am going to bring in some of the Pebbled Path ribbon. I am going to bring it around and we're going to tape it underneath this layer. We're going to cheat because that's how I like to do ribbon, because then it's nice and tight. All right, so I am going to try to get it in the middle of this piece. Okay, so we're going to tape this down. I'm a big fan of taping down ribbons just because I have such a tough time like tying things in knots and making them look nice. So I'm just a big fan. If you can tape your ribbon, do it. Okay. Then we can just add this just like that, and you'll never even know that we taped it. So, but you got to make sure that you don't put any glue on this section. Okay. Actually, I think I need to do this like this. Don't put any glue over here because this needs to be kind of free. So only on this half are we going to add the glue. So we'll just kind of do this. I might even not go all the way to the halfway point just to make sure that I don't go over. All right, so basically I'm trying to center, within the entire card here, I'm trying to center this on. So this is what we have so far. Fun, fun, fun. I'm going to go ahead and add my little strip of Designer Series paper to the edge of my inside layer. Now I'm putting this on this is going to be towards the inside of the card. I have done some die cutting. So I did use my luster paper. You can kind of see that the hearts and the flower have a bit of shimmer to them. And that is from the luster paper. And now these little hearts, they come out of the die as a connected trio, but you can see that I have cut some of them apart because I wanted to use them a little more individually. So they're all cut out of luster paper, and I hope you guys can see the shine on those. It is pretty cool. And then my little flower stem is out of old olive cardstock. So I was just going to add my little stem piece here, just kind of right here on the card. And I do have the stem kind of hanging off the bottom just a bit. I will cut that off. And then we will add our little flower. My gosh, I almost dropped it. That would have been great. Like that. So that we have some interest on the inside as well. So let me add this to the inside here. And we'll try to get it. Oh my gosh, I forgot to cut that. I literally said I was going to cut that off and then I didn't do it. Okay. There we go. So that's what we have on the inside. We've got our little hearts. Now I have also die cut, like I was mentioning to you guys. So here is the Feel Better Soon. And this is the detailed die. And then I cut the layer out of the luster paper. And so look how fun that is. That just really makes the words pop. Now I did use our adhesive sheets on the back of this. Finally, I know I talk about it all the time, how if you have a detailed image that you're die cutting, using adhesive sheets is a lifesaver, and I finally remembered to do it. And so now I just need to peel it off. Now I didn't have it cover the entire thing, so I have like an edge right here that I can start peeling up. And hopefully I can get the whole thing off without any problems. There we go. So this just takes a little patience and care because you don't want to, rip your die cut piece. So if you just kind of take your pick tool to get underneath a lot of those little goodies here. It's helpful. And I'm kind of trying to use my fingernails to hold this down, not my fingers per se. There we go. All right, so except right there, I did actually use my finger. Okay, so I like to start at the edge. And I can see that my B is lining up pretty nicely, I think. And then my F, come down here to the S. Oh, I didn't press hard enough to make that actually stick. The S, we can get the soon on here. No matter what kind of glue you do end up using, just get that on there. And so look how fun that is. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to lay this over our little expanse here where we've got the two diagonal pieces. And since we have a lot more room here, it's a lot easier to add the glue to this layering piece. So we can just use our liquid glue. You can use the seal. You could use dimensionals if you wanted to, whatever you want to do. And we'll just kind of get this. I want the word better to kind of be in the middle. There we go. And then, like I said, I've got all these little hearts, and I feel like I'm going to do this. So I'm going to add a couple of hearts. I've got the little duo that I'll add down here at the bottom. And there we go. Let's see. The adhesive sheets are wonderful. Oh my gosh, they are. And I wish that I would remember to use them more often than I do. I don't remember to use them often enough. I do have this. I might stick this little heart trio, or maybe I should make it a duo and just sit that right there. Let's see. I'm going to cut off this little single heart here. There we go. And then maybe we can just add this down in the corner of our inside piece. That might be a little too much glue. Just right here, so that we have a little bit of interest there. And we have some extra hearts, so if we wanted to, we could add some more. We don't have to. And I did want to say, where did I get this color combination? I printed out, Stampin' Up! Has given us a color coach. Now I have a link in the description of this video. I think it's the very first link that goes to a blog post that I made today where you can download this and print it off yourself and cut it apart. It does print with dotted lines between each different color. And then you can just print it off, and I just poked holes in it and put it on a book ring. So this color combination came from the Pebbled Path card of Old Olive and Moody Mauve. That's where I came up with this. I never would have put that together myself. I never would have chosen those two colors to go with Pebbled Path. Never in a million years. So now I need to figure out, do I want to use Moody Mauve gems? Or do I want to use Pebbled Path gems? And where do I want to put them? I don't know. I'm going to just gently lay them down, because I do this a lot, because I never know exactly where I want things to be. And if I just gently tap them at first, then I can take them off and move them if I need to. I'm not completely sold on that. I wonder if I could pick it up with that. There we go. I think I'm going to go with that. I think I'm going to do that. So anyway, how cute is that? So this is actually one of the cards that you will make if you take my Wanted to Say class. And then you get the envelopes, you get a half a pack of the designer series paper, you get a quarter pack of the luster paper, you get the gems. I can't remember if it's a whole pack. I think it is. You get some of the cute little in color treat bags, and then you also get a couple yards of all the different ribbons. So we are going to make in color cards in the class. There's 4 cards total, and you make 2 of each. So you'll make 2 of this card, and now that you know how to make this card, you could make it any color you want, because you'll have extra papers, extra luster paper, all that good stuff, extra ribbon, and so you could make it any color you want. So I hope you guys like that. I was actually very tickled with that color combination, so I hope you guys enjoy that.